Oh, hey there. Welcome to Baldur's Gate. Some say it's a veritable nest of rats and vipers clinging to the edge of a cliff on the Chianda, but I like to call it home. They say if you got the coin, we got the goods. Just don't ask where those goods come from. But I can say that I haven't been too indulgent of what's been happening recently, especially with all the dukes going missing and people dying in the streets. I mean, dying more than usual. But yeah, it's a crazy sight. There's tons of people outside the walls clawing to get in, talking about Elturel's fell. I mean, there's literally swaths of people clawing at those gates. And those flaming fist bastards are taking advantage of the situation. They they tried to swipe the precious goods that I had on me a couple of weeks ago, but didn't work out. But those bastards are just as corrupt as usual. Even more so now that the Grand Duke's gone. He used to keep those dogs in order, but yeah, not too lucky these days. As for the Patriots, those haughty-tawdy fellas up in the upper city, yeah, they're scowling down just like usual. They're fine in their ivory ceilings and whatnot, but they'll get what's coming to them eventually. As for the refugees outside the city walls, they're talking about the entire city of Elturel swallowed up in an instant. I don't believe them. And between you and me, they kind of had it coming, so I don't feel too bad. The problem is they're taking away from the food of the people that actually live and built this city. That's a bit of a problem for me. As we're getting down to it, there's dozens of Flaming Fist soldiers trying to keep control. Angry mobs, the usual. But a little bit worse off. As for that Captain Zaj, that asshole, I'm telling you, he's gunning for a promotion. But, I just say there's more people that are more deserving. That's all I got to say about it. But either way, welcome to the beautiful coastal city of Baldur's Gate. Hold on to your coin purse and watch your neck. They'll be gunning for you. But it could be a fun ride. So, as we enter Baldur's Gate, we see a large mob of common folk yelling and resisting the Flaming Fist, a mercenary group who have been paid to keep things in order. Things have been kind of wild since the Grand Duke has gone missing about 10 days ago, as the refugees claw at the gate and try to get in. The protests inside the city have increased now that the Flaming Fist hands are busy with trying to keep order between the refugees and the locals. As the commoners are trying to leave the city, our focus shifts to a young halfling who is being escorted past the common folk in hopes of speaking to Captain Zaj, who has a job for him. Lawrence, can you describe Malachi for us?
You see a somewhat tired halfling, brown skin, sides shaved, but mostly long, semi-long hair, dreadlocked halfling. He carries a bow and a sword on his side, and he has a backpack. He looks tired, a little haggard. He just got done finishing up another job when he was stopped by the Flaming Fist. You can imagine, like, if your boss stopped you to do some overtime. That's probably how he looks like.
Yeah.
This these people.
This motherfucker.
Right. Right. These motherfuckers. And so he has a it's not a off-putting disposition. He just has I'm tired, y'all. Like,
yeah.
and he's just going along, and he's going along with it.
All right. So as Malachi is going along with this guard, you eventually meet the man that was described to you as Captain Zaj. Zaj was the man who wanted to see you as the Flaming Fists grunts grabbed you to come and meet them. He's currently surrounded by 6 other Flaming Fist soldiers that seem to be of a higher rank than the guards that came to get you. He has kind of a gruff demeanor, and you can see that there is he's kind of gruff, but he also seems to be kind of about business, as he's trying to figure out how best to quell the civil unrest that is happening right here at the Basilisk Gate, here in Baldur's Gate. And as he sees you approach, his eyes kind of light up, as the very person that he was looking for is now present with him. It's like, oh, so you're the procurement specialist, huh?
I've been known to be called that, yes.
I see. You can call me Zaj. You don't have to worry about formalities. But
your reputation precedes you, sir. It's nice to meet you. Malachi Ethed Freeman.
Can I call you Mal?
People call me Mal. Some people call me Method Man. That's just how this works.
I see. I like it. Well, Mal, Method, if you would. I got a bit of a problem here. As you can see, our hands are full. You know, things are kind of going out the window here, and as it stands, you know, the Grand Duke's been missing. I'm sure you heard. And
I heard about it.
You know, shit kind of hits the fan when the guy ain't paying the bills. And so, you got blood running in the streets, more so than usual. Now, typically, it wouldn't be a problem, but since I got these ankle biters at the gates, we're a little bit busy, if you know what I mean. As from those knights from Eltegard, they call themselves the Hell Riders. Yeah, those shite hawks. They say it's our fault. Yeah. What a bunch of bullshit. They brought that shit upon themselves. If El Terrell is gone, good riddance. But that don't solve our problems here. If anything, it compounds them. Have you
The Hell Riders was causing trouble?
Yeah. There's been a group of them trying to get in the city. We caught a couple of them. Pretty much we're capturing them on sight. But that's not for you to worry about. It's more so, I guess I'm just airing my grievances, if you know. As for the immediate job, there have been a spree of murders. We can't peg exactly who, but we can tie them all back to a group of followers of the Dead Three. They're old gods, you know. Bane, Bald, Miracle. They've been gone for a while, but these nutbags, they say that somehow there's going to be a second coming of Miracle or something like that. the typical religious bullshit. Either way, the blood's on their hands. I got a source that says that she might know where they are, but as I said, our hands are full right now. So, how about you put that procure into use and find out who these guys are that are giving us grief? You find that, you got to pass out of town. How do you say? And I can also make it worth your while. We got coffers. Can give you 500 gold for you and whoever finds out what's going on here.
500 gold total or 500 gold apiece?
500 gold total. I'm up for negotiation if that doesn't fit your bill. Just gonna say though, we got the Grand Duke's authority on this one, so you'll also have my gratitude, and I can promise you my gratitude is worth a lot more than a few gold pieces.
So let's say 500 gold in a favor for the future.
Yeah, works for me.
All right then.
I tell you, this will be a tough one, and you look tired.
I've just got done. I just got done pulling the all-nighter. I had to deliver. I had to deliver some message, some
Listen,
paperwork.
I don't need to know the details. You keep your business to business, all right?
I got you.
As for us, we could help you out here. Istis, as he calls over to one of the guards that is around him, and a woman steps forward. Yes, sir. Take this one to go see the gaudy boy and the Tusky that we pulled in last night. They should be in the drunk tank. And Istis kind of snaps to attention. Sir, follow me. And Istis leads you, Malachi, through the swaths of people to to kind of like a large stone building with the Flaming Fist emblem on it. And it basically just says bookings over the over the door. And as you walk in, you overhear two individuals arguing with one of the guards at the front post. That's kind of addressing folks. You see a large man with runes on his arms, and they're quite attention grabbing because they kind of seem it kind of seems like his arms are a little like misshapen or maybe a little bit larger or smaller than they should be. You don't know, but there's something odd about him. And he's standing with a woman dressed in dark blue robes with a lot of like moon and star accents on them, with her hair braided in multiple colors. Chris, could you describe Vol to us?
What you see is a pretty mocha-skinned individual. Yeah, his arms seem maybe 2 sizes too big, but he has a demeanor about him that you can tell his heart is also 2 sizes too big. He is covered in. He's got a couple scars. And you can tell he's been around the bar a few times, and he knows his way around the jail cell. He's been here a few times before. And he carries a sword on his back, but it seems as if he's pretty slow to draw it. And that's Fall.
I see. Derica, could you describe Dahlia for us?
Yeah. Dahlia is a Asimar. You see that she's got just like really comfy robes with stars and half moons. She's wearing braids, and her braids are black and silver and purple. And she's like chunky and cute. And yeah, stands pretty tall and like I don't know if you could have humble confidence, like just like sure of herself, but not in an egotistical way. And she looks like the type of person that anyone can kind of come up to. Yeah.
All right. So this Flaming Fist guard is sitting at his post, and as you've been reasoning with him for the past for about the past like 40 minutes or so, he looks up at you, Dahlia, and he says, "Look, ma'am, I know that I know how passionate you are about this, but these guys are trouble. He's an orc and an Ithgard. It's I've seen these types of things. What can you say?
Between boys, let them go.
Listen. First of all, can we just admit that you're kind of being a little racist here? Can we just admit that?
Ma'am,
No, don't man me. I've been in here so many times. You know it's Dahlia. We're not strangers. How's the wife, by the way?
She is fine. Thank you very much. She appreciates the Nirnroot. But
yeah,
as for our problems here, I promise you that we will get it sorted out. They will be processed. They will give all of the accordances that anyone would under the law here in Baldur's Gate.
You know that ever since the Duke hasn't come back, you know that this process just keeps getting longer and longer. Therefore, you are having people held here that will not actually get processed for Saloon knows how long, right? So it was a minor offense. It sounds like a misunderstanding. You might as well let them go. It saves you paperwork. It will you do it for me?
And as the guard is sitting there kind of like pondering for a sec, he looks up and he sees Erstus coming with Malachi approaching the desk, and Erstus walks up and says, "All right, so you've got the Uthgard guy and the orc, right?" Zod said that they should be out. They're coming with this guy. They made bail.
Awesome.
So they're coming with me.
So you witnessed this exchange.
Okay.
You haven't addressed them yet. So Val and Dahlia, the same the two that you're petitioning to get out, they are the ones mentioned here. They are the ones mentioned by this woman who just approached.
Okay. They'll be with us, and I turn back to the guard I'm talking to. Sorry, I didn't catch his name. Do I know? I obviously know his name, but Derek doesn't know his name.
His name is Rennick.
Rennick. I'm going to come back sometime soon, and we are going to work out how to make this system work better, because you and I both know, and I get it's not completely on you, right? I get that, but you and I both know this is messed up.
Look, Dahlia, we've said this before. There's only so much that we can do. You know what these streets are like. You've been here before. These guys, these gentlemen, they caused a problem. There are consequences. And you have to pay those consequences for the things that you do. What do you want? Just blood to run through the streets?
You know that I'm not advocating for people to go unpunished. I just don't want people to be
Come
here
on.
for the next 7 years without having been processed. Like,
That only happened 3 times, I think.
That's 3
Four.
times too many.
I've seen worse fights between kittens. Come on, this is way out of proportion.
And as you at this, Rennick just kind of like closes the booking the booking journal in front of him. And he's just like, "Well, they're getting out anyway. So, does that work for you?"
It does. It quite does. But I just don't be surprised when I show up again.
And he just kind of like rolls his eyes and he sighs. And he reaches for the keys and hands them to Erstis. And Erstis looks at you both, and she's like, "Yeah, so what's your business with them?"
I mean, they like I was saying before, it was harmless. Like, I just hate to see these young lads get locked up for misunderstanding. Come on, man.
Misunderstanding. Yeah, sure. Yeah, they almost knocked each other out. Almost took the bow with them.
Well, I mean,
Been knocked out here and there. Isn't that right, Dolly? Slaps her on the shoulder.
And he looks at she looks at Dolly, and she's like, "Yeah, Moon Whisperer, Moon Wander. What's yeah, Dahlia, right?"
Yeah. Yeah. Moon Wander, really.
Hey, I just heard about you. All right, I haven't met before. My name's Erstis. Nice to meet you. We
Nice to meet
appreciate
you
the
as well.
service that you do in Saloon's name here in the city.
My pleasure.
Very
my
much
pleasure.
appreciated. But the 2 that we're letting go, they're going with this guy, and she points to Malachi next to him.
yeah, the short 3 foot and a half person.
So
Hello.
Hello.
Do you know these 2?
No idea.
But they're going with you. You paid their bail.
The captain did.
Okay. You know what? It's none of my business.
Don't ask if you don't want to know.
Yep.
curious? Hey, let me buy a drink.
And as she guides you all back to the holding cells, there are numerous people in these cells. There are about 6 kind of medium-sized cells, and there are about 6 or 7 people in each of them. And until you get to the very last one on the right, in this room, and you just see this rather large, kind of bulky, well-built Uthgard man sitting on the cell, sitting on the floor of the cell, and you see a tan-skinned orc kind of holding the bars and kind of glaring out. Hal, can you describe Johann for us?
Okay, so yeah, Johann is a human of the Uthgard ethnicity. Those are the basically the barbarians from the very far north that live in the ice and snow and whatnot. Typical for his people, he's got black hair, but not typical for his people. He's got it trimmed very neatly, and he's got a beard, or not a beard, but a goatee and like a Seneca Crane thing going on. He's very fashionable, but he's got a look about him of somebody who's got like sunken eyes and hasn't slept very well. He's currently got probably some bruises and some scrapes that are showing up very, very nicely on his pale, fair skin from his adventure last night. Also got a cloth bandage around his head with a nice little red dot where he got beamed with a dart. He's currently fiddling with a little wooden horse token, like he's praying to it.
All right. Shay, can you describe Hogar for us?
So let me tell you about the beautiful Hogar. All right, first of all, Hogar, yeah, tan skin, has this like mohawk-esque dreads in his hair. He's wearing something like what I'm wearing right now. Nice little robe with it. Would have a beautiful sword like next to him, and a beautiful book with him. But these motherfuckers took my book and took my sword, and so now we having a talk and we having a problem.
And so so the orc that you guys see in the cell is kind of like is berating the guards and saying something about he was innocent, something about he was set up, that they're just trying to do him over, and the Uthgard man is just sitting silently while all this is happening. Hogar and Johan, you guys hear the footsteps and the steps of the guard, and a group of people approaching your cell, and the clanking of keys as they approach. How do you guys respond to that in any way?
I like the sound of clanking keys. I'm gonna stand up and straighten out my clothes.
Hogar is not even paying attention to him. He's looking at this stupid guard that's been looking at him for the last 5 minutes and said, and another thing, that's why your mother don't love you. The second thing, that's why you look ugly. The third thing, that's why your breath stink. Fourth thing, that's why your booty stink. Fifth thing, that's why you need to get out of my face. Sixth thing, you better open this cell. I swear if you open this cell, I will whoop you. Do not come. You have me in for no reason, and I am still here. I'm starting to smell. I haven't took a bath in like 2 hours. I am not having it right now.
The guard takes his club and just kind of like clangs it on the cell bars. He's like, "Hey, piss off, man. It's a long enough shift without you yelling shit at me." Gosh, Tuskies.
But you call? Let me out, please. Somebody, let me out right now.
As this is happening, you see you see this tall, stout, resolute, flaming fist guard woman come with keys, and she is accompanied by a halfling and a woman in like comfortable robes, a misshapen armed man, all approach behind her, and they're waiting to see her. You recognize the man with the large arms as from the tavern last night. You do recognize, and you recall him trying to kind of like calm the guards, like kind of tried to get them off your case. So you recognize him in that regard, and it's possible. Could you guys make a perception check for me, both Hogar and Johan?
Got you.
Perception. I think it went through. Did it go through? Looks like it went through.
Did. Indeed, it did.
You know the play.
Fine for Johan.
Good old Dungeons and Dragons. You might want to have your character sheet up to play with the character sheet. So give me a second.
Johan, you don't recognize the multicolored braided woman who approaches the cell, but you faintly remember the man with the large arms and the runes on them. Hogar, you recognize the woman with the multicolored braids. You've seen her around. kind of like helping people throughout the city in your time here. Particularly, you saw her probably last night when you guys were brought in. So,
Oh, hey, preacher lady, how you doing?
It's Dahlia. I'm doing well. Hopefully you will be doing well soon.
Yeah,
so as you guys are having this exchange, Urstos unlocks the cells, unlocks you guys' cell, and says, "You made bail conditionally." And she points to the halfling and she says, "Meet your new partner."
Hello.
What does conditionally mean?
Y'all have to do a job with me before you are set free.
Do we get paid for said job?
You will get paid for said job.
How much do we get paid in said job?
The group, if we survive said job, will be paid in splitting 500 gold.
How many of us are there? He's like counting on his fingers.
There's five.
There's 5 of us.
Yeah, so that's.
I'm sorry. What's happening?
Money for jobs.
I was
right.
told. I was told that there would be some people that I could gather for a job, because, as we all know, the Flaming Fist is not letting anyone leave the city. I need to get back home, so I was contracted to do a job, get paid, and leave. I was also told that y'all got locked up in here because y'all got into a fight last night. So
I barely call that a fight.
Killing 2 birds with 1 stone here. Y'all get set free. I get to go home, and we all get some coin.
Right, but by my math, I'm just not getting 5 people on this job.
I was hoping that you, what's your name, madam?
Dahlia.
Dahlia. I was hoping that yourself and the other young man that you have with you would join us as well.
I just find it funny how you named the 5 of us going, but never actually asked 2 of us if we would go.
I go to 100 gold.
I was going to until I heard the fabulously dressed man call another man, said that he smelled like piss, and I got distracted a while ago. so help me help them and help all of us, please, Dahlia. I beg you.
It's really easy to get distracted by me as I pop this shoulder and pop.
So
anyway,
Dahlia just rolls her eyes.
What is this job we've all been drafted into doing?
Apparently, there's been a series of murders in town. A series of unsolved murders.
Yes, I've been hearing rumors of that.
Yes, and
they want us to do more.
They want us to stop those who are causing it. We do have, preferably, we should try to capture them alive so that the victims of their crimes can get justice. But if they don't come back alive,
more murders.
It's Baldur's Gate. Nobody's gonna care. So
Dahlia looks at Johan and is just trying to get a finger on him. She's got concerns. She doesn't voice them, but she's got concerns.
I said Malachi was like 3'5". He's actually 3 foot, but you can see the middle management face. that's the middle manager face. Like guys, look. I know y'all wanted that extra overtime pay, but can't do it this month. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so Dahlia, What's your names? What's your names, everybody? I don't know who any of you are.
Well, you really don't know how to navigate the situation, do you?
I don't. I just want to go home. I'm tired.
Mm.
Well,
I
I'm
ain't had
Vol.
breakfast.
I'm Vol, and you are
Well,
Malachi. Right?
Malachi Ithid Freeman, Method Man for short.
Who calls you Method Man? Like, tell me.
A lot of people. A lot of folks.
Well,
So
my name is Hogar Eltania. That's Hogar Eltania. You might have known me from a troupe that was, performing around here, kind of like not like a circus, but like a thing of uncertainties and unusual things. That's where I'm from. So that
Oddities?
Yes, oddities.
Ah, okay, yes.
you talking about Ripley's Oddities?
Ripley is nope, can't go into that. No, not Ripley.
Sorry. And you, sir, with the well-developed arms.
You. Or me or him?
What's your?
I think your
Either
arms
one.
are actually bigger than mine.
Yes.
Yeah, you have the more anime JoJo Adventure arms right now, or all over. Yeah, your names, people, please. I have to make sure I have y'all names. I'm right. As you, Malachi takes. Okay, Malachi basically takes out a piece of paper so he can write down everybody's names because he needs to make sure everybody gets paid. So that's basically what he's doing. As a matter of fact, that's what I need to be doing. So I need to grab a piece of paper.
All right. Well, I am Johann the Black Swan, professional sellsword and knight errant of the Sword Coast.
You're a black.
Have I heard of these people? I mean, I know my people are from Cholt and Neverwinter. Have I heard of any of these folks?
You've heard of the troupe that Hogar is a part of.
Okay.
You've not heard of Dahlia. This is your first time meeting her. And you may have heard some stories about a man with large ruined arms in a couple of taverns as you've passed through. And you've definitely in your line of work you've heard whispers of the Black Swan. But this is kind of like an underwhelming experience with like what you expected the Black Swan to be versus what you see in front of you.
Expected you would be a lot bigger, and that's coming from me.
And
it's not all about size; it's about how you use it.
That's not nope.
And as you say this, Erstus, she says, "All right, you guys need to talk to the captain. Let's head on back. I think he'll give you more details."
Well, I'm going to be a lot more useful to you if I get my gear back.
Yeah, I like what he said.
We'll drop by processing as we head out.
Thank you.
And as you guys head out,
could I do one thing to the guard who I've been talking to?
Yeah, what would you like to do?
Oh my God!
I walk out and be like, and that's why. Nope, I'm not going to say Nope. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to choose peace. Next, if I see you in the street, I might give you a black eye. Okay, let's go.
And the guard just kind of like shakes his head and rolls his eyes as you walk out.
And Ball kind of like walks up and puts his arm on his shoulder, kind of like shepherding him out. And he's like, yeah. I mean, remember, next time, left hand does numbers, right hand does work. All right.
See, I'm not really a fighter in that way.
I can tell.
Hang on.
I'm walking. I'm just walking. I'm trying. I'm gonna make a look. I have in D&D Beyond an anger check, a skill. I'm gonna make an anger check right quick. Just,
Oh my god!
I literally made an anger check. It's just a D20. So.
You do know that's perpetuating the stereotype that
I want to control it. I am controlling it, and I want
And
to.
so-
That's why I'm not doing. Anyway, go ahead.
And so at this, as this intrepid group, this motley crew heads out of central bookings at the Basilisk Gate, they have no idea what lies in front of them. And might I say, this is a rough bunch that fate's put together, but they might do great things. Who knows? But I can guarantee you at that moment, they had no idea that they were going to hell. This will be a fun one, folks.
Dahlia's like, say what now?
Welcome, everyone, to D&D Episodicals 4. I am Winston Lewis. I am the GM, and I am delighted to be here running the game for this rowdy bunch of folks who I love so much. I'm a designer. I am a graphic artist, and I do voice work sometimes. I do amateur voice work. So, and this is the beautiful cast. And let's get some formal introductions, starting with the man himself, Lawrence.
Hello, everybody. My name is Lawrence Calvert. I'm also known on Twitch as Ananzi101. I live stream. I'm on a political podcast here in the Kalamazoo area on 89.1. Every Thursday with my friend Andy Argo. We do a show from 6 to 8 o'clock talking about news and politics, local, national, and international news. I have do activist work once in a while, and yeah, and also I'm an international street dancer. If you want to look me up on YouTube, you can also find me as Lawrence Calvert or Ananzi, Ananzi, Ananzi on Instagram or on YouTube and whatever. But yeah, thanks for being here, man. Thank you for letting me come and play.
Glad to have you, my friend. Welcome to the craziness, and thank you for contributing to it. All right.
Are we going to talk
Chris.
about
I'm sorry.
I was just saying, are we going to talk about our characters too, or just introduce ourselves?
You can talk about your character too. Lawrence plays Malachi.
I play Malachi, Ethan Freeman, also known in certain circles as Method Man. And I am a rogue / ranger of the group. I'm probably going to be the one that gets us in some shenanigans. Not all of them, but some.
You've already got us all into the whole campaign.
Right.
Yeah,
Indeed.
shenanigans.
The inciting incident.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Lawrence. Chris, who are you?
Why? I'm Chris. You just said it. But yeah.
But who is Chris? No, I'm just
Chris is
We're all
essentially.
Chris.
We're all Chris in one form or another. Remember? We're all Chris.
Oops, all Chris.
Well, I am a herder of children in real life. The only thing that you'll find me on the internet on is this channel for the most part.
Like 30
I stream here.
times.
Yeah, I stream here all the time. In a day, I'll likely be here in some form, either in like an ad or action plan or something. And it's been a blast, and I can't wait to continue having a great time here with all these beautiful people. Yeah,
dope.
that's me.
We are Chris. We are one. We are me. Derek.
Hey, I'm Chris. I stream on this channel.
Beautiful.
I'm Derek, a Kingery, lover of most games, new obsession with Minecraft because I'm now 10 years old. And I didn't get to play it as a kid, and now I've got Minecraft videos on YouTube in my free time. I play Dahlia. She's an Aasimar Twilight cleric, worshiper of Saloon. And I'm super excited for this campaign. I'm super excited for you guys to be here, to interact with chat, to get to know some new friends of the stream. And yeah, I'm fully ready.
My body is ready.
I was going to say that, and it felt real weird.
How?
Good morning, everybody. My name is Chris. I play Hal. Yeah, I do a lot of stuff here with Rem as well. I'm in a lot of the content, especially on Friday nights. We do board games, and those of you who are longtime fans remember Jedediah. I was in a couple D&D campampings ago, so it's good to be back.
OG episodical.
Yep, it's good. I'm excited to be doing this again. Yep. Outside of Rem, I do some work with Shadowrun for CGL. So that's a long time game. Yeah, I've loved that for years. So it's exciting to be a part of that. Character I'm playing this time around is Johan. He's a Uthgard barbarian who's never even been to the north. His parents were cast out of the Sky Pony tribe for being witches and warlocks, and so he's been raised, among the Southerners as one of them, and he is a Cavalier 3rd level warlock 1st level who really thinks of himself as a paladin of Tempest. The Tempest is just an aspect of the Sky Pony. Mm-hmm. But of course, in reality, he's a warlock of the Infernal Pact. He just doesn't know it.
So his cutie mark, because he's a part of the Sky Pony.
Oh no!
Is
Shay, it's way too early to leave the stream. We just got started.
I'm just joking. I love you very much.
Well, none of you have been lucky enough to see his cutie mark.
He's saving that cutie mark for someone special.
That's right.
Absolutely.
On that note, Shay.
Obviously, y'all know who I am. I'm Chris. Some people call me Shay. Nobody calls me Method Man. I was a GM of a little show called D&D Episodicals.
What was it called?
D&D Episodicals Campaign 2, The Dragon of Icespire Peak.
Hey, you did it!
When I'm not GM, I can say words. It's amazing.
I don't know. Because what did you just say in character? Securities or whatever.
I said securities. That's a word. Look it up. Google. I am playing, shockingly, not a bard, but a blade singing wizard, orc, obviously, and beautiful of it. And yeah, he has some tendencies. He can control it. But he has tendencies to get mad when certain things trigger him. And that's me.
I have no idea what those things are.
Method Man, that's it. things that make him mad. Method Man.
So, I'm just laughing that we have an IKEA paladin and an IKEA bard.
So, if you would like to affect the stream, you can donate bits and points to affect the outcome of the game. You can give copper for inspiration. You can give silver for a successful hit and gold for a nat 20. You can also, if you follow, you get to grant inspiration to one of the players or the GM. Or you can, if you subscribe, you can give a nat 20 to someone. not saying that they will need those soon, but I encourage you to give those nat 20s and those that inspiration.
I'm a rebel.
We're going
Give
to
it all
hell.
the GM.
We're going to
Give
need
all,
it.
Give it all to the GM.
Like,
Let's do this.
You don't even have to tell them that. We got Kinder
I
Maids and
rebuke
we
that
got
in the
Tom
name
in
of
the
Jesus.
chat.
Do not say.
Plus is mine. So don't listen to anything he's saying right now.
And join the Patreon for bonus content. There's a ton of stuff there. So with that, we're gonna jump back into the narrative, jump back into the game. So as you guys grab your equipment and you head out of Central Bookings, you are brought in front of the gruff Captain Zaj, who is sitting waiting for you. And he looks up. He recognizes almost all of you, having run into you at some point. And he looks at Malachi and he's like, well, you even brought Dahlia with you. Man of charisma, I see.
I have it oozing. I gotta drink.
That was the least charismatic thing you could have said.
I'm not even going to touch on that.
Okay. So for everybody at home, my character has a -1 in charisma. Okay, I need everybody to understand this.
So as he moves past that remark, and he says, "So this is the crew, huh?" And he says, "I'll get straight to it. You guys need to find murderers. Not just any murderers. We're looking at the cult of the Dead Three. That's who we have pegged for this one. Now, I have a source in the Elf Song Tavern that should be able to point out their most recent activity. So you're going to want to find a lady named Tarina. She's usually about this time of day. She's playing cards up in the Elf Song Tavern. You head there, you talk to her. She should give you the information that you need. All right? We good?
Yes. Can you say that name again for me, sir?
Tarina.
And what
Geez,
what
you can
cavern-
remember injustices, but you can't remember a name, Dahlia?
Listen, I'm not having it today. I'm not having it.
Ooh, you in trouble.
Yeah. It was a jab. I'll let it go. Either way,
Flipped it.
good to have you on this one.
Yeah, it's
But-
good to be here.
Head to Elf Song, talk to Tarina. She'll give you the up and up. And from there, I assume that you guys are good to kind of proceed and head to Elf Song.
Follow me. I know
Before
the
we
way.
go,
I know the way.
I was gonna ask. Do we need our own equipment to hunt down these criminals, or will we be loan some equipment for this?
I trust that you guys can handle it.
Speaking of equipment,
Fair enough.
Please have mine. I would love to have my sword and my book, please.
They gave you all of your stuff
Thank you.
already.
I
But,
appreciate
yeah,
you giving my book and my sword. Thank you.
So as you guys,
Do we
head
know
up-
anything about the Elf Song Tavern before we go there?
Oh, I know that place.
Yeah, so the it is Elf Song Tavern is a bit of it's kind of like a middle of the road tavern. And you know, it's not in the roughest parts of town, it's not in the highest parts of town. It's just kind of, you know, it's just kind of there. It is it's pretty common for the Flaming Fists to gather here after a post, and so yeah, it's just kind of like a middle of the road type of tavern.
It's Panera Bread.
Indeed, it is Panera Bread.
So that might answer my question. Do you think my group would have performed in the tavern?
Yeah, on off nights. Yeah, it is very possible. And it's very likely that you would have performed. So you guys head from the Basilisk Gate to Elf Song Tavern. It's not far from the Basilisk Gate, just kind of like down the road around the corner.
But before we get there, is there any shops between there and the tavern? I would like to procure a healing potion just in case some.
I do have a healing
shenanigans.
potion.
Oh, never mind. I'll be quiet now.
Yep, it is up to you. But you heading down to the Elf Song Tavern. There is so as you approach Elf Song Tavern, you notice that there is a half ogre standing by the door with his arms crossed, and he's just kind of glaring at anyone who kind of comes by, and he watches as you guys approach, and as he looks down, he's like he notices he recognizes Vol.
Yo,
And
Because he's the only guy in the city with arms bigger than his.
right,
Facts.
and as such, he sticks out his hand to Val in kind of like in like the motion for like a 5, and he's like, "No, Val, good to see you again."
what's going on, brother?
And you know this half ogre as Skuna.
Skuna, my
and,
man. When do you get off?
My lady. She is she's
lady.
a female half ogre.
Okay.
And she just says, "Oh, until the rabble takes itself out."
Let me know if you need if you need extra hands.
I know you got extra hands. I get it. It's a joke. You made it funny.
I love hanging out with you, Skuna. And like I pat her on the back. Just like, oh, come on in. This place is great.
And she opens the door. And she just kind of acknowledges the rest of you, just kind of knowing that you're in good company with Vol. And she opens up the door for you to walk in. The tavern is pretty lively at this point in the day, as there are there's a number of folks just kind of like sitting about the bar as you guys walk in. It's pretty there is a half elven woman sitting on the stage playing a lyre as you guys walk in, and it's a little bit of a just kind of like a melodic like calm tune as you guys walk in, which no one seems to be regarding because everyone is just kind of like is just kind of like rowdy and like loud, and it's sharp contrast to what's actually happening as she's playing and as people are like interacting with one another. And as soon as you walk in, the owner of the tavern is she notices you, Dahlia, and she's a half elf woman, and she recognizes you, Dahlia, and she says, "Oh gods, what have I done to deserve this?" And she immediately goes from behind the bar, walks directly over to you, Dolly, and she says, and what can I help the servant of Saloon with today?
Good to see you. I have my friend Malachi here. I'll let him take over this particular conversation.
Yes, I'd much rather prefer to speak with someone else. Thank you. And she says, and what do I owe the pleasure?
Dahlia's kind of like behind her back going, what do you do?
And Dahlia, you know this woman as Alina. And Alina sets out her hand and introduces herself, Malachi. Alina Alice, I'm the owner of this establishment.
Malachi, nice to meet you.
I imagine that if you're walking with Dahlia, you guys aren't here to party.
I mean, you serving drinks. What
You
got?
keep acting like I don't have fun. Like, I don't understand why you're like this. I'm sorry. Continue your conversation.
Disregarding that, how may I help you?
Okay.
Give me 2 whiskeys and what do you have? What are you gonna have, Hogar?
Do you have a baby face? Like that drink or baby face?
I hate you.
It's really like it's like got like a broccoli stem on it. It's like red and something like that.
I cannot.
I think that around here we call it the nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
I mean, fair enough. But do you have?
But me.
Nobody knows.
Yes, I think that Squalder can fix that up for you. And she points to like to this guy with like this guy with like no eyebrows and it's just kind of like beat up. That's tapping different kegs behind the bar.
For if we could get some bread, some a little bit of food.
I'll take some wine, red if you have it.
What time is it actually?
It's about 3 in the afternoon.
I was going to say, like, we are day drinking for real.
Short. So are you to drink up?
It's good for your heart.
Okay. Anyway, can we get some food, some whatever drinks my compatriots are asking for, and some information? We were sent here by the god. We were sent here by the captain, actually.
And it's
Sent
on
here by the
Freeman's
captain.
bill. He's paying for all this because he's been a good leader. Ain't that right, Freeman?
Yes, I will pay for it.
Hey, that's my man right there, Freeman.
And she says, "The captain. Which one? Was it Sarge? Was it Memphis? I know a lot of captains.
It was Sarge. It was Sarge.
Captain Sarge. He's decent people.
Yes.
You obviously aren't here to start up trouble if he sent you.
No, we're actually here to stop it. We're looking for some. We were told to talk to Talvia about a series of killings here. Some likely suspects being the 3. Some people who believe in some old gods coming back.
Talvia, do you mean Tarina?
Yes.
Indeed. Well, if you're looking for Tarina, you're going to have to buy into the game upstairs, or wait until she's done with her bids.
What game is she playing?
It's Baldur's Bones. It's the common game around here.
I happen to be really good at that game.
You happen to be very
She
good
looks
at
at
the
you and scoffs, and she's like, "Really? You play Baldur's Bones?"
What is your deal? Like, what? Who do you think?
Apparently, clerics aren't allowed to have fun.
Which is
Clerics are
wrong.
Clerics have the most
fun.
divine fun.
Fun.
We would like to get into the game. How much is the buy-in for the game?
It's 5 gold pieces to buy in.
Malachi looks at Delia. Care to join me upstairs?
I would love to.
Yeah, I don't know how much money we're starting with. But
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure
true.
I
I don't
can
know
afford
how
5
much,
as
yeah.
well.
The money that you start with should be your level. It should be your starting gold multiplied by your level times 4, I believe.
Oh, well,
Okay.
whatever that is, I'm sure I can afford 5.
4 times 4, so that's 6. That's 16 times starting gold. Okay, gotcha.
I have a little bit of extra. Then just so you know.
Yeah.
How much for the drinks and the meal that we get before we go upstairs?
You guys are having a decent enough meal. It'll probably, for everyone, that'll probably run you 10 gold pieces.
Okay.
I slip 2 gold pieces over to help with the cost.
Okay. I'll pay for it.
Okay.
I definitely got everybody into this, and I apologize.
So as you guys head up, they eventually kind of like bring out your food and whatnot, and they give you one of the mini tables down here on the first floor, and eventually you guys head on up to the. You guys head upstairs.
I have my own gaming set that's on me. I would have loved to play a little bit with everyone, but like, when we get some time.
Yeah, maybe we can, but
I fully said I'm great at this game, because I was mad at the way Alina, or what was her name? Sorry, is Alina?
Tarina is the name of the.
No, the owner.
Alina.
Oh, yes, Alina.
Alina.
Yes.
Okay, so I fully said I was great at this game because I didn't like the way Alina was treating me. I have no proficiency in this game.
Let me handle it. let me handle it.
No, I don't tell people that. I just want you all to know.
As you guys, so you guys head up to the second floor, and the second floor is basically just composed of 2 large tables with just groups of different folks playing different gambling games on them, and you see.
My kind of place.
So you see one group is playing. You see one group is playing like cards. It looks like some form of like a local poker variant. But the other
is it Red Dragon Inn?
Unfortunately, it's not. It's no, it's White Dragon Tavern. It's White Wyvern Tavern. No, as you guys walk up,
it's White Castle. Sorry.
Right.
I'm hungry now. I want some White Castle. Anyway, sorry.
All right, so you guys walk up, and the other table is playing some sort of dice game. There are 3 dice that they're rolling, and there is a young there's a young woman, a young half elf. No, she's not half elf. She's a young human woman who is pretty rowdy. As she is, as people are rolling dice, and she is just kind of like leaning back and forth to to different folks around the table, and she looks at one of the guys that's about to roll, and she's like, "Go on, do it. You're a wuss. You're not gonna take this one. Come on, crop out. Come on. Look at his hand shaking. He's not going to be able to do it." That's a 21 for me.
I got a gold saying that he's gonna make it.
Ah, fresh
I'll take
blood.
that
Haven't
bet.
seen you around here.
Yeah, I'll take that bet.
I
I'll
got
take it.
gold saying he won't make it.
I got a gold saying that he will. You wanna bet?
Yeah, I'll
bet.
put my gold up. I'm great
right.
at this game.
She just kind of like, I see no harm in others putting their money in, and he's certainly not going to make this one. I can guarantee you that.
Trust your hand, fella. Trust your hand, sir.
And do you make any like contact with this guy as he's
I would sleight of hand. I would like to sleight of hand and make sure that his dice roll well, but I'm not going to because I have faith in him. No, I have faith in him.
Okay.
I'm not going to cheat yet.
Okay. So
Dahlia's like, don't do the thing. She has no idea how this game is played.
Fella. Trust your hand.
For the gambling points.
What is everyone's passive perception? Could you just give that to me?
7. Oh wait, perception 15.
15.
17.
Did you say 10?
10.
Johan?
13.
Okay. And Val, you said 15?
Sir?
All right. So are you up there with them?
Yes.
Okay. So Val and Malachi, you notice that as this man rolls the dice and they hit the table, you notice that this young woman puts her hand on the table, and you notice that like the wood on the there's something weird, but it seems like the wood on the table like moves as the dice. They're 6-sided dice, and they hit the table right where they're looking, and like it flips the dice.
To a good result or a bad result?
DC,
to a bad result for him.
is the DC like a 15 perception on that? Who sees it?
Like I said, Val and Malachi. You said your DC is your passive.
My passive is 15.
Oh, so you see it. So Dahlia,
Cool.
You see it too. You recognize it too.
The look I give is the.
And like I see that look, and like I like. Yeah, I look at everybody's face to see if they're noticing what I'm noticing, and I can clearly see that Malachi has noticed something. So I'm kind of like,
yeah, I think Dahlia fully goes. I think maybe he should get to roll that again, don't you?
I agree.
seems right.
Like I may have bumped the table.
You might bump the table. That's unfortunate. Unfortunately, where the dice roll, that's where the dice land. So there's not much more that we can do about that.
Okay. I'm gonna give up my gold. You know what I'm saying? I got mind control over this lady. She be like, "That's where the dice land." I'll be quiet.
And as she says that, she just kind of like she rakes in. So along with like the gold pieces that you put in, there's probably like 17 gold pieces on the table from the previous pot.
It's going to while she's putting the gold up. It's like, all right, like, come on, friend, you know that wasn't right, and wouldn't it be nice if you just told the truth? And I cast suggestion.
What is that a charisma save?
That is a charisma. That's a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save. All right.
Which is different from charisma, in case Pratt was wondering.
It is different. Does a 13 save?
15 saves.
No, he said 13.
I said 13.
I know I was saying 15 is my save DC.
Oh, so no.
So no.
It's a yes or no question, Shay.
Yes, I know. No.
So she fails that. What is remind me what suggestion does?
Suggestion. You suggest a course of activity limited to a sentence or two, and magically influence a creature to see within ranks and hear to understand you. The suggestion must be worded in such a manner that it makes a course of action sound reasonable.
So as she's raking in the coins, she is going to say, on second thought, we could always double it. What do you say?
Double or nothing. Everybody back up away from the table. Everybody put their hands behind their back and let the man roll. Double or nothing. I'm putting 5 gold in. Since we raising the price, let's go.
So he is going to so he's delighted that he gets another opportunity to not lose. And so he's going to roll. And
did she put her hands behind her back? And did she move away from the table?
She does move away from the table, and this time he rolls low enough to win.
Let's go!
Let's go!
I put no money on this, but it's okay. Let's go!
Give my 10 gold. I'll take my 10. Let's go.
And you notice that her countenance looks very gruff as she slides the coins back and drops another pack of coins on the table. And she's, all right, off with you then.
See,
there you go. Yes, a low number is good. Yes, I knew this.
Of course did.
I don't need to roll insight check to know that was some bullshit.
And as you guys know that Dahlia does not understand how this game works. So Dahlia's you see this woman lean back tilt back in her chair, and she's like, well, I'm out. I'm sure that you guys didn't come to play, or are you just trying to throw my game off? What's the deal?
Lawrence forgot the name of the captain,
Zaj.
But Malachi knows Zaj, and Malachi would say, Zaj sent us. We just want to get some information from you. We'll be...
So that rapscallion. Well, I guess that this is more of a business meeting then.
Absolutely.
And she kind of taps the table a couple of times, and as the group gets up to leave, and she says, she gets up and she begins walking toward one of the rooms, and she says, talk in my office. And that is where we're going to take a break.
Sounds good.
We will be back in 10 minutes. Hey, welcome back, folks. So as the party has made contact with Tarina in the Elf Song Tavern, she's invited them to our office, to talk business. And as such, Tarina kind of herds you guys into a room that is off this larger room. It's really nothing more than a room with a couple of crates that kind of like serve as a desk, and there's a stool behind the crate. And you see that there's like a chest on the floor that is next to a hammock that is that's kind of just been strung up here. It doesn't seem like she spends a lot of time here, but it certainly is hers, as it is. As you notice, kind of like some of her effects that kind of match her aesthetic lying about. You see some thieves' tools on the floor next to the cot, And you also notice that there is some sort of pirate's flag with a serpent around the Jolly Roger despite the in replacement for the bones, that the skull and crossbones.
Would I recognize? Can I make a history check to recognize where that may come from?
Yes, you can.
I'm rolling on D&D Beyond. I got a dirty 20.
Okay, so you would recognize this flag as the flag of the Uncivil Serpent, a group of pirates that are pretty well known around these parts. They actually moor here in Baldur's Gate from time to time.
I took notes on D&D Beyond, and my notes are no longer there.
You might want to call the doctor about that.
And the doctor said no more monkeys jumping on the bed. It wasn't really helpful, but that's what he said.
Yeah.
So, as Tarina jots into the room, she sits on the stool that's behind the box, and leans back against the wall. She says, "So you're looking for information on the murders, eh?"
That's
We
what
are.
we're saying for.
Well, I certainly have some tips for you, but I need a little bit of help myself.
You need.
So, I have some old associates, some working buddies, if you know what I mean. That they say that I had a little bit of a falling out with them, and I took my due severance package, and they aren't too fond of that. I hear that they recently came ashore, and they may be heading this way. Perhaps looking for me. If this group were to turn up within the next 24 hours and try to start problems, I might need a little help, if you know what I mean.
See, I hear what you're saying. It sounds so sad and such like a problem. How much?
The price is information. That's what you're here for, isn't it?
They know information is good, and we will need that information. But I believe your life is probably worth more than information. So, price?
So are we just straight hired thugs now?
See, that's what I'm saying.
Could you make a
Straight
persuasion
up
check?
expected us to be going and collecting on some gambling debts that got defaulted on.
Let's see. Make a persuasion check.
Oh.
18.
18. I can work it.
So
I'll give you 25 gold apiece.
I like that.
So does she want us to hang out and bodyguard her, or proactively go find these people? I'm not clear on that.
If you stick around the bar, I'm sure that they'll. Well, I would guess that they'd show up with no no level of certainty. But my word is good, I can tell you that.
And who are these people exactly?
They're her ex crew from which she stole from,
Right.
And now they've come to make her pay for it, but she does not want to.
But
dear Lady of the Moon, do we have to say such harsh words as stolen? I'm sure that you know the
If you
I'm sure that they know the value of
if you
not
point to the
working.
lie, I will gladly correct it.
As I said, it was my severance package. It was what was owed to me.
I'm sure.
And who's to get between a lady and their severance? Let's talk about 25 gold here, Dolly. Just
I don't care for the gold, but I understand that it is prudent for us to get this information. Therefore, I will assist you in your shady.
I'll take her 25.
Think about it.
I mean,
The-
we gotta split it. I mean,
Just consider it alms to the poor.
Is there a ship they're coming in on?
The ship is already ashore.
Say,
The word is that they should be here in a couple of hours.
see, and I just remembered, you have people downstairs that do not, that's your patrons, your people who probably don't get hurt if they was in the shamble. Do you need us to protect all them as well?
These aren't my people, darling. These are just passersby. Yeah. If people get hurt, it's
I believe
These are-
that
these
it's
are-
Alina that owns the tavern, right? It's Alina's patrons, really?
You're right.
I can assure you.
Malachi. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I can assure you that Alina will be fine. She can take care of herself.
yeah,
Oh boy, can't she? You don't remember school outside?
I can honestly say that I am not concerned with how Alina is doing.
Well, that's just, come on, Moon Lady. Not Moon Lady, my bad, Preacher Lady.
As
You-
that conversation was going on, Malachi's face went from tired to mildly disgusted at the thought of stealing from other people in the trade. Is a taboo that insults his that he feels insulted by. But he's not saying anything. It's just the look on his face just went from yeah.
can she tell us how to recognize these people? Or is it just when somebody starts attacking her? Oh, it's obvious.
She says, well, if you don't recognize them from the smell of piss and shit as they walk into the piss and shite as they walk into the door, then they'll probably be wearing the colors of the uncivil serpent.
Which are?
It's a sky blue and whatnot, and they also have tattoos of the. They also have tattoos of the brand on their arms, and it would be the. And she points over to the flag that is under her.
Okay.
That's under her bed.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that we should probably go downstairs and protect this beautiful young one, and we should, do the thing.
I grab an empty table in the far corner.
I was like, you like to play games, right, madam?
I'm very good at games, yes.
I was talking to the
Dahlia answers anyway.
She says, "I like to play games if the game's good enough."
Do you play dragon chess?
That's a game for old farts and military types. I'm not much of a fan. But
I like
if the stakes are high enough, I'm sure that I could be accustomed to any type of game.
We can put some money on it if you want. I bring out my set,
Freeman.
and I would like to play her in a game.
Freeman, look. I don't want to bring Freeman to the side. Just hey, buddy. We probably don't have time to play a game of chess right now if we're gonna get attacked. But I see your swagger, and I want to help you later, but not right now. So how about we just focus on this thing? I'm looking down because you're shorter than me. I'm looking, and So,
Go downstairs. I will meet you downstairs in 10 minutes. This game's not going to last that long.
all right. Then I'll take my leave with my drink in my hand, the beautiful baby face drink, and I will go downstairs. And yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
Have they got a bench out front of the tavern?
Yeah, there's a so there was a you noticed that there was not a bench as much as a like a bunch of empty kegs and whatnot.
Well, is there a place nice and convenient where one can just sit nonchalantly and watch people pass by?
I mean, it would probably be on the kegs, but yeah, the kegs and the crates.
Oh, sure. I will find myself a mug.
Sorry about that.
And sip outside. And after I watch the pirates go on in, I'll just follow in after them.
Okay. The rest of you, what do you do with your time?
Yeah, I'm in a far corner and I'm watching someone at a nearby table play the bone dice game, and I'm just trying to learn just by observing how this game is played.
Okay. Could you make a just give me a wisdom check?
Cool, just a flat wisdom?
Yeah, just flat wisdom.
Hey.
I'm a fast learner.
Yeah, after
For example, did you know that low numbers were good?
So you pick up on the basic gist of Baldur's Bones is in that it's kind of like it's similar to like 21 base games where if you roll over
it's like
21
blackjack but with dice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Precisely. And each person they take turns rolling, and if you roll higher than someone without going over 21, you get to take the pot. You can basically, and you can roll until one person either hits 21 or you can't roll any higher than they do. So
Did I roll high enough to gain proficiency in this game?
You rolled high enough to understand how it's played.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Proficiency would require a little bit of actual play of the game.
Fair.
Which you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I'll probably join the table.
Okay.
And I think knowing that this also feels like my cover of so I'm not just staring at the door. Yeah.
For sure.
It's all in the flick of the wrist.
Yeah, I walk up and I say, "Hey, I would, if you have room for one more, I'd love to play."
All right. As you walk up, there are currently 3 people sitting at the table as you walk up.
Yeah.
And
I'm quite aware that this game is probably more fun with an even amount of people, right? Right?
Yeah. It's more fun as long as you got the coin.
Oh, I have a coin. I said one goes down.
Lady, we're going to need a little bit more than that.
I add 4 more for a total of 5.
Okay. And they said, now we're talking. Val, what are you doing during this time?
I'm watching my good friend Dolly over here lose all her money in this game of chance.
Yeah, I don't know how to play it now. I'm going to win.
Yeah. Roll those bones. Roll them.
You guys should have control of your tokens, I believe.
Okay, I will.
Shake them dice and roll them.
Yep, I do.
Just want to
Cool.
make sure.
Did you switch over yet? Oh, I think you said. Never mind. Keep going.
Yeah. So so Malachi, you're playing chess, correct? With Tarina.
Yeah, yeah. The reason why, because I end up going through Xanthar's guide of everything, and they said that in the tools section you can gain an insight. If I was to play a game with someone, is a better way to understand a person's personality, granting you better ability to discern their lies from their truth and how to
Ooh.
read their mood.
Oh,
So I
fancy.
wanted to see if I could gain insight on her personality and also see where she might be lying or telling the truth.
You're learning her tells.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So make an insight check at advantage.
Okay. Give me a second. Trying to get roll 22 cooperate.
Yep. Take your time.
Insight check with advantage. First roll was a dirty 20. Second roll is a 14. I will take the dirty 20.
All right. Yeah. So as you play with Tarina, you recognize that she's a bit she's somewhat of an impulsive person, but she's shrewd at the same time. That she is one to kind of like jump into things, but she only jumps into things after she's if she has a good grip on it. And so particularly you see about her play that she plays fairly aggressive with you, and one of her major strategies is trying to back you against a wall, kind of with your pieces as she maneuvers about the board. And this gives
she doesn't think long. She's not doing long-term strategy. She's doing a lot of just full like blatant attacks, not like
she seems to be quick thinking in the moment, and she's good at thinking in the moment, not so much in the long term.
All right.
Yeah.
Like I said, if the game takes 10 minutes, then I will go downstairs and gamble.
No, that's fine. I would say that
yeah.
Give me a intelligence. Just give me an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Another dirty 20. 15 plus 5.
Okay. So after a while, even with her aggressive play style, she definitely makes you think quite a bit as you play, but you eventually outplay her, and you end up winning the match. This is after about an hour or so. Really quick, Dahlia, could you roll 3d6s?
Sure can. No. Okay. I rolled a 5, a 4, and a 5, so 14.
Sorry, for roll an additional d6. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, it's 46?
Yes.
Okay, so 14 plus 1 is 15.
Okay, you said 14?
15. For
15.
all 4. Yeah.
Okay, 15. All right. One person rolls a 12, so you beat that, and the other person rolls a 17. Would you like to raise?
Yeah.
Roll another d6.
3.
Okay, so that's 18. You see this. You see this Gith. This Gith Yankee. Kind of like scratch his head for a sec, and his eyes narrow as he looks at you, and he grabs another dice and he rolls it.
Oh, he's got spunk.
And that is a 4, giving him 21.
Ooh. That is like, hold on. I got this. And goes for the 2. Dang.
Oh,
Oh wait, no. No, I already did it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my inspiration roll again.
Okay.
Dang. All right.
Let the dice tell the story.
The dice tell the story. So that's you bust with a 22, and the Gith Yankee just and he brings in the coin from you and the other two. He says he looks at you, Dahlia, and he says it's like, Saloon don't seem to be one to play much games, huh?
Saloon doesn't engage in everything that I do. She lets me be the free spirit that I am. And today is just a day for your blessing, I assume.
Yeah, so be it. You can bless me all week if this is what it entails. And then he chuckles as he puts the coins in his pouch. Hogar, what are you doing during this time?
Hogar is going to go to the stage and is going to see if the person was still playing.
Yes, the woman is still playing. The half-elven woman is still playing. And she's singing some sort of song about El Terrell.
Okay, I don't want to mess with her,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm gonna go to the bar lady.
To Alina.
Alina, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you want to do?
I want to talk to her and say, "Psst, Alina, come close, bring it in. There you go."
She's very apprehensive to come close. She's like, "What is it that you would like to say that you cannot say to me face to face?"
No, we can say it face to face, but I want to be quiet because I don't want to tip off people and be like too loud because I don't want to scare people. But I heard there might be a fight here, and I want you to know that I want to help y'all in this and to protect your patrons.
She says, "What kind of fight? We have fights here all the time." That does it.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm usually better at this. But yeah, I just heard there's gonna be a big fight, and I think you would want your people to be safe. I feel like this is a place that they could gather safely, and I want to bestow upon you my talents to help.
And how exactly would you help with that?
I pull out my sword. It looks really weird. It don't look weird. It's a long sword, but it has like a gem in it. I was like, look. One, I can play music, but that's not the point of it. The second thing is, I can protect. I'm pretty good at protecting people, making people see a different way of coming, and maybe even ending the fight before it begins. At least for a couple of them, not all of them, but at least for a couple of them. Maybe their leader. I'm good at spying out people.
All right, save your claptrap for the flaming fists. What do you want from me?
I don't want anything like big. I just I all I want is, a round of drink for all my friends after this is over. Like maybe 2 or 3. But if that costs too much, you can just give me a coin. But
Make a persuasion
I'm okay
check.
with the drinks though.
Make a persuasion check.
I will. Did I close out on D&D Beyond? No, I didn't. Ha. Okay, cool. All right. Persuasion. 24.
Okay. She says, if this fight is going to be as big as you say it is, and if my patrons are unharmed, you can have all of the drink that you would like for the rest of the night.
See, that's why I like you.
Wow.
I appreciate you, and I will make sure, and all my companions will make sure, because they used to drink too, because not just me, But we'll make sure that everybody is safe as we handle any fight if it comes to it.
As we proceed to handle what you need.
And going outside, Johan, you spend what seems like a couple of hours as it goes from afternoon to evening.
Hours, wow. Probably chatting up with the half ogre there.
Do you say anything? Do you say anything in particular to Skuna?
Just talk to her about the city because I'm fairly new here. What's why is it such a big deal that the Duke is missing? Everyone seems to be freaking out about it.
And she just says, she looks at you. She just says, "You don't know about Grand Duke? Grand Duke, big deal around here."
There's no other big deals?
Well, there are other big deals, but he biggest deal.
Okay.
And he been gone for 10 days.
How come the other big deals can't take care of things while he's gone?
Big deals don't like dirt and skirt. It's too much for them.
I see.
And he says, "You're not from round here, are you?"
No. This is my first time this far south.
You should probably get rest. You look tired.
I hear that a lot.
And Skuna just kind of like, as Skuna is talking to you, she's kind of like, she's looking between you and the people passing by. And you get the sense that she's trying to put on the air of being a threat, but you kind of gather that she's actually not very threatening deep down. That it's her demeanor is mostly a front.
Fair.
But after a couple of hours, you see a group of men approach you that look like seafaring types, and they look a lot like what Tarina described to you.
Sure.
Okay. And they're led by a guy with a red bandana over his head and an eye patch. There are 8 of them, including the guy in the red bandana. And the guy walks up to Skuna and he says, "Yeah, you look like you're in charge here. You heard of a lady named Tarina?" And Skuna looks down at the guy in the red bandana, and she's just like, Never heard of a Torina. You looking in wrong place. And he says, right, sure. And this is the Elf Song Tavern, ain't it? And Skuna is kind of gruff, and she's like, "You know how to read, don't you?" And he says, "I beg your pardon." And he just kind of like walks through the door in a huff, and the guys kind of like pile in around him as he walks in as well.
Since I'm downstairs, do I see them?
Yeah, you see Hogar. You see this group of rough-looking individuals kind of pile in. You've seen bandits before, so you kind of know, the deal. And they do look like what Tarina described to you as her old crew.
If I'm still talking to I got it. Hold up. Alina, can I say, how about you offer free drinks? How about we offer free drinks if all the patrons go upstairs, like scream it, because they'll listen to you and not me.
Are you trying to clean me out?
I'm trying to say that the people at the door is probably the people that's here, and we're going to take care of it, but I want this.
She narrows her eyes and she points to you. Could you make a persuasion check?
I will make a persuasion check. I love persuasion. Almost like I'm an expert at it. Okay, here we go. This is probably going to show me wrong. Yep, it will do it. 12.
She says, "You sure as hell better know what you're talking about, Orc. Or else you're going to be paying the damages."
Got you. Look, I played here before. You know I got you. You know I got you. You know.
She says, "You've played games, and I don't too much like games."
I'm telling you, it's going to watch.
She says, and she gets on the tavern. She gets on the bar in front of her. She stands up on the bar in front of her. She says, "Free drinks to anyone that heads upstairs to the gaming room." And people's heads just kind of like snap up to attention. Even the dude that looked like he was like passed out drunk over by the fire. Was like, "Did someone say drink?" And he just kind of like shambles upstairs as people just kind of like shift out. There's a guy that was like in full armor by the door.
Mm-hmm.
As the uncivil serpents come in, he's just like
as they come in, can I
hit
do
the
something
exit
real
stage,
quick?
right?
well, if you're upstairs, you do not see this happening.
I'm upstairs playing games.
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. If you're upstairs, you don't see this happening.
I thought they were downstairs in the main room. So I was trying to also be looking at the door while I was playing. I thought they were just playing downstairs.
If you came down after losing, you can.
Yeah, because I wanted to be in the room where the door is.
Okay. So
I just wanted to put my hand on Vol's shoulder and say, "Heads up," and he has advantage on initiative.
Ooh. Okay.
Alrighty.
So you guys would certainly see this group coming in. And as this guy steps in, you see this red-sashed man kind of step in, and he sees people clear out, and he's like, "Oh, so y'all running, huh? Tarina, get your ass out here, girl."
Who are you screaming at?
Am I?
Do you pay bills in here?
Am I? That's the most black. That's the most. Look, that's the most black father thing I have heard.
Alina.
All game.
So Alina jumps down off of the tavern as he yells, and she just walks right up to him, and she's like, "I don't believe that you've ordered anything to be yelling in my bar like that." He says, "Well, I'll have your coldest brew on the house. And along with that, I'll have Tarina, because I know she's hiding in this little shithole." She says, "I believe that you have a few people that you should be talking to, and Tarina is not one of them." And she motions to Hogar, who's behind the tavern.
I would have probably walked with her when she came up here.
Okay.
But a little bit behind, like right here. Like right here. Yeah.
A couple of minutes later, Tarina actually comes down herself. And she says, "Oh, Deadeye, you're looking just as ugly as when I left you." And obviously that, and you're not doing a lot of looking these days, especially with that other one being plucked out. And
Ooh.
And he says, "Now listen here, bitch. We had a business deal. You reneged on that business deal. And that means you owe me money. And all these fellers around here also want that money." And the other bandits around begin kind of brandishing their weapons. As he says this, and he says, "Now, I can excuse your prior disrespect. That don't bother me none. But what I can't excuse is you backing out of business. Now, either you pay us what you owe, or we'll take it off your corpse. And these sissies that are standing around here, they can go with you for all I care."
Just a quick clarification. How much do she owe you? Just to.
Now, if we ballparking it, I'd say the good side of about 50,000 gold.
50,000
Ooh, shit!
As he's saying that, I'm gonna walk towards her, or walk towards like them, like right here, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna look at her as like, before we have, because I think this could be. We think we can come to terms without fighting. I don't think fighting is necessary. What if I just, and I look at him and I want to cast a spell. I don't know if that starts initiative, but I'm going to cast a spell.
That's going to start initiative.
With that, I'm going to
order.
With that, I would like for everyone to roll initiative.
Sweet.
Yeah.
See,
And I got advantage.
I have advantage as well. See, I knew I wasn't gonna be the one that was going to start off the
20.
scenery. I knew it was gonna be.
And try and click your token as you roll if you can.
Yes.
Make it a little bit easier.
I got a nat 20 on mine. Initiative. I will take that.
I clicked on.
I got a 22.
It didn't work though. But since because I'm in the wrong, that's why. Ha 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 ha.
All right, well, I'll roll again. I got my token selected this time.
You can just put in your initiative on the counter. I just need to add you to the counter. It's just if you click it, it adds it automatically.
Where do I put it then?
I'm going to add your turn to the turn order. And you should be able to just click your
Hey.
Gotcha.
turn character and just change it up there.
This beat is banging though.
I know, right?
Okay.
All right.
My advantage to Chris actually really
helps.
That's awesome. The cleric already doing work.
Yeah. Clerics, druids, and bards are the most broken characters in D&D outside of wizards.
You just named like half the classes.
Well, I mean, when it comes to like battlefield control, clerics, druids, and wizards are
second to none.
Yeah.
You see what they want.
The only other class I would put up there is monks, because monks are my favorite class. But running around.
They got all them stuns. Stunning strikes.
Yeah, running around stunning everything with mobile and not getting opportunity attack is a beautiful thing.
Okay.
While I just want to say, DM, while that conversation was happening, Malachi would have taken that wolf mask that was hanging off his bag and would have put it on.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's wearing the mask. All right. So, Malachi, you are actually at the top of the order.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So there's a large group of these bandits that are standing here. Alina, the owner of the bar, is here. And there's one person who stayed seating at the table here.
Who was the guy that was talking to?
That would be Deadeye right in the center here.
Yeah, that guy is going to get that guy. I'm going to try to turn into a new kind of unicorn. I'm gonna pull out my short bow.
Oh, I get it.
I was confused at first.
I was also confused.
Well, I mean, yeah, because I'm about to put an arrow between his forehead.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not at all. Jeez, I got an 8.
That is gonna actually come at me.
Are you close enough for it to do it?
It's 10 feet. Yeah.
Oh,
so
that's so funny.
It's gonna miss me for sure with an 8.
Wait. If I shoot an arrow at the bad guy,
yes.
I have missile attraction. If you shoot at anything within 10 feet of me, you shoot at me.
Yeah. So what you see, Malachi, is that you pull on the bow, and the arrow flies forward, but it zooms past. It zooms past Deadeye and the other bandits, and actually goes out of the window, like inexplicably. I don't think that you can see Johan from here, but it is weird because it just goes way off.
Right here,
like it curved.
So the
like
yeah, like it curved to go out the window.
Oh.
And this is the window there. Yeah.
I thought that was the door, so then I would be over here.
Yeah.
All right. You know what we're gonna do? Because I'm small and I can hide behind things. I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I'm going to use my bonus action to hide.
Okay. All right. I believe it is Johann's turn.
Do I need to give you a stealth roll?
It's actually Vol's turn. It's not right in the initiative. He rolled a nat 20.
Yeah, I got 22.
Okay.
Do I need to give you a stealth roll?
Change that. Yeah, give me a stealth roll. So Val, it is your turn then.
I have advantage.
All right, and which guy was the guy talking again?
The guy in the center right here.
So Ball is just going to straight up leap over here and land here. Yosha! He just lands right here and just kind of like reaches out and grabs the guy. It's like, it says, "We asked you nicely," and he's going to try to grapple the guy.
That's his strength versus your strength, right?
Correct. So I'm doing athletics.
I mean, I think I'm hidden. I got a 21.
Yeah, you're hidden. Yeah, you hid. Yeah, he rolled a 7, so on that strength check. So
I grab him by the shirt collar and just kind of like lift him up just a little bit. It's like, I think you guys should all leave. This is the last time I'm asking you nicely. And then with his bonus action, he's going to. You'll see his arms start to even swell a little bit larger as he activates some runes on his forearms.
okay. Mm-hmm.
And then that'll be his turn.
Okay. All right. Johan, it is now your turn.
Okay, so yeah, I thought that place where I was a door, so that kind of screws up everything I wanted to do now.
Yeah, no, sorry, that's a window.
Yeah, so now that I know this, I suppose there's not really much of an opportunity for me to push my way in there at this point. Or can I like push this guy into this half square here? Is that a possibility or no?
If you'd like to try that, I'll need a strength check for that.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what I want to just shove my way in.
Okay. Yeah, just give me a strength check. I would say add your proficiency.
So strength savings throw or
just a strength check.
I don't know how to add proficiency to that then.
You just if you just roll and then just add, like, you just manually add whatever the number is.
Okay. All right. And then I also need to check my lucky stone to see if that applies to ability checks. So yeah, so that'll also help. So I will be rolling +6, which yeah, that's the same thing. It's just still D20 +6. So
Okay. Yeah, so that is, yeah, so you are able to effectively, yeah, he rolled a 6. So yeah, so you push this guy out of the way, like kind of into this corner here.
all right, so that was your standard action, and I still got a move equivalent. Is that right?
Yeah, technically, yes.
Okay, so yeah, then I'll draw my sword.
Okay. All right. It is. So this bandit sees you, Val, grab Deadeye, and he is going to attack you with his scimitar.
Pronounced scimitar.
It's a scimitar. He 17. Does that hit?
Does not.
All right. So he swings the scimitar, and it swipes past you.
Hey, now we're just having a conversation between men.
Conversate this, and this other one kind of moves up to attack you as well. A 7 does not hit, and turn. This one is actually going to run.
Does that first guy moving away provoke from me?
Yes, it does. So you get an attack of opportunity on that guy.
On which guy?
This guy that moved from here to here. And that 20 does hit.
Because technically, now that I've activated my stretchy arms, everything within 15 feet I can attack. So anything that moves outside of that, I would get an opportunity attack on.
He got closer to you.
Okay.
All right. So if that 20 hit, it would be 7 damage on that first guy who stepped away.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a pretty grievous hit to him. And yeah, he starts bleeding, but he proceeds anyway. I would say, okay, so with 15 feet, you do have an attack of opportunity on this guy who moves. Val?
Yeah.
Hal, did you want to say something?
Yeah. This is my first time playing with this character. I'm sorry. I want to see if I can do this as an attack of opportunity, the unwavering mark. Yeah. So yeah, I will use my unwavering mark as the cavalier ability. That guy I just tagged, he has disadvantage if he attacks somebody besides me.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. He missed anyway, so I'm just not going to re-roll that.
Fair.
But that is good to know. How long does that last?
The round.
Okay. All right. So you do get opportunity attack Val on this guy who moves out of the way.
Val is just going to pick up a stool with his left hand, since he has other guy with his right, and just kind of wing it at the guys he's trying to move.
Okay. Give me that's a dex attack.
Oh no, I was just gonna hold it, and then just kind of because just stretchy arm through the crowd and whack him with it.
So you, Mr. Fantastic, this stool at this guy. Yeah, make an attack.
That's dope.
Make an attack roll.
So an attack roll. So just strength. All right. Oh, actually no, I'd have proficiency, so I'll just use a tab. It doesn't matter. I'll just use that one.
So that's a 13?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, that hits. That's an improvised weapon, so yeah.
Well, you just want to say it's kind of like a club or something, like a D6.
Yeah, I say D6 plus your strength.
And then plus strength would be plus 7, so 9.
Okay, 9. Okay, cool. So, yeah, you whip this stool at this guy, and as he's running, you just kind of crash into him. He hits the wall, and is jostled to the side.
Stay down, kid.
He's going to swing at this guy, this patron sitting at the bar. And as he swings his scimitar at this guy sitting at the bar, he swings past the guy. The guy is sitting at a stool, but he dodges and draws a dagger and hits this guy. And he brings the dagger up, getting the guy in his neck. And this guy is down for the count.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, taking a blade to the neck would do that to you.
More often than not.
And then this guy that is next to you, Vol, is going to attack you again as well with his scimitar. 12 does not hit. So these guys are just kind of swinging and missing right next to you. And Dahlia, it's your turn.
Yeah, I cast spiritual weapon as a bonus action.
Okay.
And when I do so, I could bonk someone. And so I'm going to bonk this guy.
Okay.
Bonk.
That 26 most certainly hits.
Cool. That would be 10 damage. Force damage. And then I can cast a cantrip. It's a bonus action spell. I can cast a cantrip if it has a time of an action, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Word of Radiance. And I'm gonna say Twinkle. And so this burning radiance erupts from me, and all of the uncivil serpents within oh shit, wait, hold on. I'm gonna move before I do that.
Yeah.
It's got a range, okay. Okay. This guy and this guy each will take a d6 of damage if they fail a Constitution save.
Okay, D6 if they fail the Constitution save. That one is a... Okay, one of them fails. The one that you hit with your spiritual weapon fails. The other one saves.
Okay, cool. So it'll take 2 radiant damage.
All right, so you slash this guy with your spiritual weapon, and
yeah. Oh, my spiritual weapon is it's a mace that has the mace part. It's topped with it's a half moon.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's pretend that sword is a mace topped with a half moon for right now.
For sure.
And then,
Well, using our imagination in D&D, unheard of.
I am insulted.
So with that, you you just kind of conk this guy with you conk this guy with just kind of this lucent beam, and as the force from the beam hits him, he just kind of knocks back and splats against the wall, dead. And this bandit back here, Johan, is going to attack you with a scimitar. Does a 9 does not hit, I'm assuming.
It does not.
All right. Second buddy is going to try it as well. Does a 12 hit?
No.
So you see both of these guys swing their swords at you, and they fly past, failing their hit. Deadeye is going to try and pry himself from your grip, Val.
Alrighty.
That's a 19.
Okay.
And so he struggles, but he gets out of your grip.
He was distracted, hitting the other guy, and it's come back here.
Yeah. And then as as he does so, he's going to swing with his weapon in retaliation for you grabbing him. But a 3 does not hit, I'm assuming.
Come on, you got more than that, don't you?
He's like, you son of a bitch. And Hogar, it's your turn.
All right, a lot of things doing. Okay, Hogar, bonus action. He's gonna take his sword out, do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight, and Blade sing. So Blade singing is happening. Cool. And then for the action, he will. He will. What he's going to do? He is going to cast something. That seems like a wizard thing to do. All right, the wizard thing he is going to do is do. No, screw it. We'll go for it. I'll look at the Deadeye and says, "This could have all went well and better for you." And I'm gonna cast Tasha's Mind Whip. So
Okay.
He needs to
Sounds painful.
he needs to make me an intelligence saving throw.
Right. Let's see what we got. Rolling terribly. That is a 4.
4 does not save. He will take 3d6 psychic damage, which equals to 13. Moreover, on his next turn, he must choose whether it gets a move, an action, or a bonus action. He gets only one of them.
Okay, so
Oh my god.
so he you see him like grasp his head, and he's like, "You Tusky bastard!" And we are going to end there at the top of the round.
We're ending?
It's 1:30.
Yep.
Does Shay need to roll an anger roll?
I do need to roll an anger roll. Actually, let me do that. Let me go ahead. Because that is one of the triggers. Let's say DC's 10. Let's call it. Boom, and here it is. Anger roll. Okay, we're good.
I imagine Hangar's Blade song is the Busted Challenge.
No, it's literally not. Stop it. No. I am doing the swing. It's almost like in Rush Hour when they were doing one of these numbers with it. It just.
I quit.
Wow! Yeah.
All right, chat. Thank you.
I tender my resignation. Oh boy! Thank you all for joining us for episode 1 of D&D Episodicals 4, Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus. Check us out next week as we come back. Regular scheduled programming. Be sure to check out our the Patreon. Join, follow it. There's a lot of bonus content coming. We're really ramping up a lot of the stuff that we do here at REM. And also check out some of the other streams. 8 p.m. we got Paranormal Albany. Tuesday we have Shadowrun 5e. Thursday we've got D&D Episodicals 3, Stormlord's Wrath, and Friday we have Community Game Night, and of course we're here Saturday. So a lot of shows happening all throughout the week, and if you join the Patreon, you get bonus content.
Don't forget about Like Clockwork on Sundays.
And Like Clockwork on Sunday.
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Wait. What's Like Clockwork? I didn't hear about it.
It's not a D&D show. But it's set in the whole world. We'll explain to you. It's a really big thing. It's really cool. They have a whole comic book coming out.
We kickstarted the class. Now it's on.
Yes.
Yeah. And so with that, thank you guys for joining us. We look forward to continuing this adventure and having y'all with us. With that, we are out. Bye.
Hey.
Thanks for
Bye.
joining us.